Hey guys, it's Tarn coming at you with another game of Total Warhammer 3. We're here with Skrag the Slaughter again. Man, he looks so gnarly. Anyway, we're gonna get to it. So, the brief dramatis persona. We are rolling up Vlad von Karstein, who is here, you know, taking attrition because we're around. This is like, so, one of all of the things about this faction come together to make me just really love it. But, oh, is it a Skrag thing then?
Of the great moor.
I thought it was Bragg.
Bragg, the gutsman.
I forgot why we have it. Anyway, one of our guys has a trait thing that that messes with them, and I don't know what it is. Pretty funny. Anyway. Oh, it's the meat. Alright, so we don't have enough camps. That's one thing. Now, Grinsot we're trying to build up. However, with the Skaven here, we may not be able to get. This camp might get lost. In the event that it does, and we lose all of this, that sounds like it'll be bad. We'll immediately get over it. And you know, make the video title a lie. No, Thorgrim is here, and it looks like Queek and that army are, you know, having a time. But if we just move towards like Karak 8 Peaks, he'll have to come back. But first, we will take Karak Azul, knowing that it is a big place, so we'll be able to. Ew, Thomas. Oh yeah, it crashed big time, but I think we figured. Oh wow, yeah, we picked this up, which gives us 3% negative upkeep for all the armies. Just amazing. But yeah, so what happened was there was like an auto resolve, and cameras like, you know, they'll move to the area a little bit and stuff. But there was an auto resolve with this Skaven faction when they sacked Akendorf, and then I got a war declaration, and I clicked, yes, enter the side against our enemy. But when that happens, it has to like shift a lot of flags and stuff and change a bunch of the UI things. And I think what happened was it was trying, because I was like clicking, you know, to move it along. I think we mixed it up a little bit. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna fight everybody, including Vlad. Is this dumb? No, it's gonna be fine. They don't really have the Air Force here, so we're gonna be able to live my dream. Because of course I have gyro bombers. I have an Air Force for my ogres. We've got everything we need to beat them down. Of course, they have Vlad, and Vlad is no pushover, but we can just attack him with 5 or 10 things, and Vlad will get pushed right over. And we got an Iron Blaster. This is going to be our first battle with it. So they are sweet. They are massive artillery chariots pulled by, you know, the coolest, most massive Rhinox. And so they're pretty quick, pretty armored. They shoot massive guns. And, you know, at 70 speed, if your enemy tries to get on top of you with, you know, spears or something, you just walk away. And those sound like dwarves because they are dwarves. Dwarves are our best friends, and they have lent us some helicopters in the sky. The Gyro Bomber, one of the coolest units in the game. They're very Warhammer. I love them very much. But what we're gonna do is just get in here, have this guy just murk the Lord there. He can take care of all of the other stuff. If only we had magic attacks on him. Because the javelins are going to eat him alive. He's got missile block, but it won't matter, like, in the long, medium run. These crossbows, however, would match up well, theoretically. Oh, they can't see us, that's right. Because we've got the legendary armor that makes us unspottable. So we're just tossing these, and sure, he's healing up, and they're not all hitting, but we have infinite ammo. I guess we're going to throw at the crossbowman, though. That's a better choice. They still can't see us do it. But we should... I'm like, you know, why are we not delivering more power here? We have 4 uses of restock. But he's so fast too. At 120 speed, and then you can pop Foe Seeker to go even quicker. Because this is regular speed. It looks like we're fast forward. He's so quick. And this chump, he's got nothing. Look at, we just run him over. You'd think this is the legendary lord, but this is just like a generic hero. One of the better generic heroes in the game. He's got his javelin. Look how small the vampire is. Oh, look at that little dude. And the gyro bombers deliver fire towards the foe there. And we're just gonna start shooting at Vargeists. Which we should be able to, like, delete them with the Iron Blaster. But it's all fun and games till they actually show up. But we're gonna fly away from the Vargeist, bravely fly away. And now they are in the Iron Blaster Lead Belcher line. We're gonna run right over here to save these fools. And it's going super well. Alright, and now here, we've got a corpse cart to shoot. So we're gonna do that. Although, what we're really gonna do is the most godly Dowie bombing run of all time. And this is what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Air Force. They are the moment. They somehow have 11 bombs. I do not know how. They're not supposed to have that many, but are you gonna look a gift gyro bomber in the mouth? No, you're gonna delete a blob. Just absolutely savage it. Maybe they're always supposed to have that many shots, and I never knew. Look, Yara. The stream didn't crash, the game did, but we're all back. And I am doing fine. Yes, the magic of bombs from our Dawi friends doing wonderfully. We are getting beaten by whom? Oh, Crypt Horrors. I'm like, let's, because Bruisers aren't that tanky, but they're a little tanky. We're gonna pull out all the stops here. We're going to restock the Gyro Bombers. They don't have any other flyers around. They have these Fellbats, so we're just going to keep on deleting this corpse cart here. And now it's time for all of our guys to earn their keep, because Vlad von Karstein is here, and you'll hear me say this a lot, but I mean it about him. He is one of the best and scariest duelists in the entire game. He is the boogeyman. And he is who you send to kill the boogeyman. There's no one in the universe scarier than Vlad. However, we've got Brag the Gutsman in there. We've got all of our mini abilities rolling. We're popping all the stopping. And Vlad is getting chunked. Nope, that's somebody else. He's probably fine. You know, he's getting beat down, though. And all we got to do is get him a little lower. Our Gyro Bombers get Tempested. Oh, that's clever. And unfortunately, I don't notice that the one unit of bats, get all the way on top of our lead belchers. Flank defense is done. Move into position here. And there. Vlad got the chop. Vlad cannot target flying enemies, except with magic, which is what that Tempest was. He has a bound spell to do it, which is called... It's not called Tempest. Tempest is the high elf magic that does it. It's called like something of the night. Von Karstein's blah blah blah. It's a balance spell that they get. It's not part of the lore of vampires. Anyway, I just call it Tempest, but it's not. But one of them was enough to do a whole bunch of damage here. You know, like 1,000, which to a Gyro Bomber is a lot. But no, he also has spells that he could cast, like little magic missile type things called the Gaze and the Gash, which is pretty powerful. But you usually expect him to use his magic on healing himself. But this was awesome. We were able to wreck the garrison, smash old Vlad, make tons of meat, and 12 grand, which is so much money. Which is good, because we are about to lose a whole army and, like, the south. But if we're super lucky, we won't lose the southern army, and we'll be able to keep all those heroes alive somehow. If we're very lucky. But Skrag is absolutely feasting, you know, so we're going to be able to put Humpty Dumpty back together again. Helm of Dreska. Now this... When I tell you this item annoys me. So Helm of Dreska has a 1% chance to kill you, but a 2% chance to give you a trait that makes you very strong. And it gives you some stuff in the meantime, but it's just incredibly annoying. We get Fight or Die. And here we get range and reload time reduction for the elites. That's worth taking, even if the ammo and a little bit of damage didn't feel good enough. Yeah, well, if you get it early in a campaign... Oh, the thing is, too, is it actually kills you, unless it's your legendary lord. And then, if you're immortal because you're legendary, you know, it's like, it bypasses immortality. But if you're legendary, instead you just get wounded for 10 turns. Which is so long. So you can give it to, like, a level 1 guy and be like, alright, we're going to make him the Dreska guy. And they get unbreakable and immune to contact. And all that's fine. And you can just reload the save. It calculates at the beginning of a turn. And the beginnings of turns are not deterministic. So any percentage chance that the game rolls at the beginning of a turn can be scummed away with a save, right? But that's not how I play. Not really. Look, I'll reload a save, like because I clicked wrong, or because I clicked wrong, and sometimes even because I clicked something wrong. But I'm not gonna do it to avoid like a game mechanic that I signed up for. Bragg is so strong now. This guy gets to level 20, so at least the Tyrant will be a powerful bro. I mean, we won't definitely lose if we fight Skaven with this army. The thing is, though, is we are going to be in their lands, like, trying to move fast. The chances of getting ambushed, relatively high. But I guess we can stick to underway stance when we're not attacking if we don't walk into an ambush. Big if, isn't it? But fortunately, Vlad is on his way out, and eventually the title of this video might even tell the truth, if we move quick. We could have got 15 grand for that sack. Definitely should have taken it. However, no sadness here. The Banner of Swiftness is in action. Banner of Swiftness is, for my money, one of the very best items in the entire game. So you get 30% speed, Strider, and Wayfarer. Wayfarer helps you like start moving and stop moving. It lets you do it 200% better. Strider makes it so terrain doesn't matter, and speed is what it sounds like. So we're going to take our invisible, armored, armor-piercing, anti-infantry, anti-large, javelin-throwing hunter on a stonehorn that's already super quick. And then we're going to make it so he starts and stops running even faster. It's going to be hilarious. And I totally want to upgrade something in this army. I mean, no, because like I want the saber tusks. I believe in them. They're my little dudes. That's right. This camp is lousy. We can give it some meat and upgrade stuff real quick. Because there's no point in getting rid of it right now when we can't even get another camp yet. So we might as well level this one up, and then someday over the rainbow. There we go. Build every building. Because Skrag has got the meats. And now that takes us to this camp, which is doing just fine. And over here, which is not doing just fine, we're, you know, they may not be able to actually make it to the camp this turn, or maybe they can. We're in our encampment stance. You know, we've got at least some casters. They can't do much, but we got a wind blast. You know, that's real good against Skaven. And maybe we can make it work, because this war is sketchy. We gotta hope that Thorgrim wins these fights. He moves before Queek, so if he can win these fights, then we can, like, pop over and take Karaka 8 Peaks. No, we'll have to move right for the sump pit. Can we recruit over top of our army right now? Yeah, so the Ogre Bulls.
Do what I say.
Let's get a couple Saber Tusks. I really like them against Skaven, because I often forget what I'm doing, and a whole bunch of really fast guys on the ground are okay. Hello, God Mode. You ask, am I playing with SFO? I am not. I played with that mod briefly in Warhammer 2. Alright, so Now it's the time to see if we can make this work. All right, so we have the Regiment of Renown army with the foe. The thing is, though, is we've got a bunch of lead belchers, so if we can just if we can somehow find a way. Oh no, it's the defense. Oh no. Well, maybe the line of sight will be complicated for them. Alright, so this is bad news for us. It's super bad news for us. We're probably just gonna lose this. Let's get to it. So there's no point trying to set up a firing line. We're just gonna let him get inside and then try to crump him. And the avalanche. Like, do we try to just bounce out there at them? Do we try to let them get inside first? They're about to delete everything we have. And they're not even good at shooting the units they're about to kill. Anyway, this camp is terrible. The ogre camp is bad. If it was just on the field... If it was just on the field, I might be able to do it. Yeah, they are about to start killing everything we have. We can't do anything about it. But at least we can get on the Natty Boobos here. Yeah, this is terrible, and we are losing super hard. But you know, maybe we can injure Queek. No, this isn't even Queek. This is just a warlord, and I thought he was Queek because he's got a hat. You know, he's level 20, so he'll even come back super quick, but at least we can get something on him, maybe. Alright, these guys getting beat down. These guys losing two. Man, this camp is terrible. These camps are just the worst. Oh my god, are they ever bad. And we get to the cannons. Oh, we get shot up by rattling guns. Anyway, here we get shot by them, which is good for us and thus the world. Like, how can that thing even see to shoot at my lead belchers? My lead belchers can literally see nothing, can shoot at nothing, and this thing can shoot, like, over the walls. Absolute misery. I cannot stress enough how very stupid what we're doing with our lead belchers here is, but if we can get this flank here, it's still dumb. They are moving forward into point-blank fire. This is very, very awesome what we're doing over here. Just really flies in the face of all mixed arm convention. We are having an artillery/heavy weapon team duel outside the city, while the saber tusks fight storm vermin. Like, make it make sense. Yeah, so now though, this whole blob, yeah, the fact that we're in this huge blob is bad actually. Cause now the stuff that has an arc on it is in our midst, and we are in such trouble. This is so bad. I mean, it's fine cause we get a bunch of friendly fire. You know, so that's good. But, you know, we might be pulling it together just because, as bad as this is, and it is bad. Oh, it's so bad. Oh, no. The humanity. Our lead belchers win the fight. The rattlings rally, though, set up in the trees, and I don't notice. And they are going to delete the entire block. And somehow this guy is, right, because the friends are trying to help him and they ran away. If we, man, that's so bad. Oh, I hate this camp, dude. Oh, man. This is such a bad place to fight. I cannot believe how bad it is. This is the worst defensive position I can even imagine, maybe. It's so bad. The worst map in the game. Oh, and this dude's getting murked. And yeah, oh yeah, and these guys, well, we chase down the poison wind mortars and get totally deleted by those rattling guns. You know, they won. They won because they're better than me. Oh, man. And all the while, the lead belchers do nothing. What a good unit that becomes a terrible unit, right? Because they can't do anything. They can't do anything on this map. I thought we were doing okay by only taking melee units, but the ones that we had here weren't strong enough to win. We need, like, only our most elite melee units inside, because anything with range can't function at all. Somehow we won? We won! I mean, yeah, we won! Well, the good news is this had a ton of the regiments of renown ranged units, so the scariest stuff in their arsenal. They are far from home. And this would have been one of their scarier armies, especially when you consider how bad I am at the game. But, hey, we managed to do it. I really don't know how. I thought it was torn, but I guess it's off the tankiness of the Tyrant, right? You know, he didn't do very much work, but he stood up and fought the whole time, and that's got to count for something. It probably has got to count for something. Pyrrhic victory? Yeah, it is almost definitely going to be classified as one. Yep. But hey, you know, dude, we made it work, right? Was it incredibly messy? Did I play like a total chump? Yes. And also yes. But we won. Put it in the bank. That's good money right there. And now this guy will be able to offer to the Maw to turn our power up. Elspeth, my girl, you know, she's hitting a rough patch now. She's gonna ascend again soon. Actually, really happy we won that battle. It's gonna break their momentum considerably. Oh, this, I should say that I'm not just like a little pleased with it. I'm actually very thrilled with that victory. It's awesome. So Moors is running through up here and taking away the lands that the dwarves used to have. This is their boss, Queek Headtaker. Oh no.
Make your offer.
Vlad is nearly taken care of. He comes back after like one turn, vampire stuff with his trait, but we have a character that makes Bragg the Gutsman, the executioner here. And he has a trait where, or an ability where, like, they take a few more turns to come back. If 3 more turns to come back if they die in his region. And Vlad only has, like, a couple castles, 3 more. Yeah, so we're going to be able to just roll over them.
The great war begins. Heed its call.
You know, this army actually looks like it'll be a lot of fun. Let's fight this one for real, right? I mean, we got Izzy in the air. We got 5 Graveguard Halberds, Blood Knights. Yeah, you know, this is hardly going to be... Oh, no, it's a settlement battle. I don't want to do it. It'd be fine. I wouldn't be worried about it. I just, you know, I'm trying to move it along. We'll come back in this campaign. No, we won't. There are ways for a faction to come back. Like, if you get low public order, there'll be a rebellion in a place, and depending on the characteristics of that place, you know, maybe it'll be a Skaven rebellion if you have Skaven public order problems, that kind of thing.
Must butcher.
Ogre Hunter.
Bruiser. Slaughter man.
Alright, this guy can go on auto.
The gutsman. Tyrant of the tribe.
So the camp level's up again. Very good.
No one else touch it. Slaughtermaster.
And here, Gorg
The great war.
can follow up here. Yeah. And we just get the kill on these armies. They're gone now. This is very good. Being able to get them with them not being able to get away, that is magnificent.
Tyrant of the tribe.
We're gonna move here, even though outside an encampment might have been smarter. And we're just gonna get vultures. Now, vultures, most people hate them, but if you're fighting Skaven and you can get something that can dive on a weapons team, you know, that's good, actually. Alright, do we get an Iron Blaster? Well, we know we can't really shoot inside of these places. Maybe just some more giants, right? No, a couple of Stonehorns, that'll stiffen up the camp, and then we're just gonna drop these regular...
I won't keep anyone who challenges me. No one fatter than me stays.
here, and then we'll just get... I mean, why not just like a bunch of them, right? And we'll just get totally juiced Iron Gorger guys. And this guy can continue to level up the blue line. Alright, good stuff.
Freeze it. Must.
And of course, Queek is eating up the lands that we took from him, but hey, you know, in the grand scheme of things, it messes him up more for me to take the land from him and raid it and then leave than it does for him to take it back. By pretty considerable margin. He becomes a new regional power. Well, you know, if he's got this border with Grimgor now... Alright, so Queek's right here. He's got this support army. His army is very weak. If we hit him here, we can lightning strike this army off. Because that has 4 Jezzails, 5 Deathglow Bombardiers. You know, it's pretty good. His army is full of chumps, right? And it's pretty beat up. So we're going to have a good time. He doesn't have anything for us, right? Just a bunch of Menace Below charges. But yeah, we're going to lightning strike it off. This Wars with Wars is going super well, actually. Like, Queek... The thing about beating an army like this is you almost don't want to, because it's not very good. And you figure, if you don't beat the army, they'll keep it. And then later when you need to beat them, that's what you'll do. Queek himself is, you know, a fine fighter, but he's really anti-infantry. He's got 45 bonus infantry. His bonus versus large is very small. You know, he's got a hex for armor around him, decent ward save. You know, he's tough. He's got a good weapon. He can really juice his weapon strength up. Big armor. We have the tools here to deal with him, because I mean, like, the bruisers are basically the anti-Queek. So we're just gonna set up real quick and get to it. Not super worried about this fight, because as we know, he doesn't have. You know, he doesn't have what it takes. Skaven without weapon teams and artillery is Skaven that has to come to you. I mean, sure, they'll have their Menace Below charges, and sure, we'll probably, you know, fail to react to them, but... Like, my man doesn't even have a wizard, you know? Alright, so we can pop this ability once a battle for a huge charge bonus on everyone. But you're about to see a very human performance from the Skaven here. They're about to weep and wail, and all falls down. Of course, if they're shooting at, like, slingers, it doesn't matter, but... He hardens his skin up and dives right through. We're going to push him here. Queek's getting shot up very badly, and of course, it's Swiggity Swiggity from the Brute Squad here. They're on the Brute Squad. They are the Brute Squad. And eventually, they're going to get right in there. You'll see. Punting him over again. He's got his Dwarf Gouger, but there aren't any Dwarves to be gouging here. It's just all Bruiser, baby, all the time. Running Queek down. Queek Head Taker, they call him. But the Iron Fists are up in the sky. The beatdown squad is here for Queek, and he looks like any other rat right now. Except that he's still up after they've been fighting. Oh my goodness, I need to quit looking at him. We are having some trouble over on this front. We're gonna Thunderbolt right here. That should help. The Pigback Riders are the only things holding this side together. Okay, let's rotate, rotate, run, rotate. But now that we know we're supposed to pay attention to the battle and not to Queek getting his head beat down. Speaking of, it is beat down, right? Yes, it is. He is beat down. This chieftain, we want to get him specifically, because if he's not level 20, and I don't think he is, because Queek was in his mid-20s, and they usually don't like, you know, they usually lag a little bit behind. But if we can get him and kill him on the battlefield, you know, that'll be a huge boon against us in this further war with Queek, who recently got, like, They gave us the notification about him becoming a regional power, which I think is just a certain number of settlements, but it's still like a big number of them, so. But importantly, now it's looking like this force down here is not gonna lose, actually. Because if we dealt with these two armies and we dealt with two armies up top, they can't have but 10 or 11 more armies, right? And that's fine. Alright. You know, taking a bunch of damage on a couple lead belchers, what are you going to do? And we're actually just going to keep on rolling here because we've got regen on the caster, so might as well. And now I'm remembering that he gives magic attacks, so we totally got to get him in the blob around the lead belchers, you know. I gotta remember all my abilities. That's like some special item he has that gives it magic attacks, though. Which I'm pretty sure, like, we took from someone. I don't think it's an ogre item. I think it's, like, a vampire item. You know, not bad for some basic Ogre Bulls and basic Ogre Bull Iron Fists, I suppose.
Slice 'em up, butchers.
And he gets a bonus first infantry of 10 for beating Queek. And now we are going to... Yeah. We hit this army here. But can we? I mean, surely we can. It's just a huge amount of missile infantry, right? That's principally explosive, and then Giselles. Do we have tools for that? Not strictly speaking, but we can think about having them.
Tyrant gets the spoils.
This guy got 5 levels. Oh, right, because we just tuned up those whole armies. I remember. Just getting the hunter moving up. Because really, they crushed those Skaven armies. They did great. They earned it. Now, do we move towards Varenka Hills right now? We don't have any scouting whatsoever. But speaking of, we need another hunter anyway. I think we move for Varenka Hills on the idea that I bet he won't be there because we just beat those armies. It moved our cameras weird. Well, he's not there, but some of them are. We got a field battle. We'll be okay, right? They got a chieftain blob and a plague priest, but beyond that, we can just shoot them up, yeah. We'll have a bunch of menaces below. We'll just have to pay attention to it. Now you might think, I've watched you play, you've never paid attention in your life, but we'll just have to pay attention to it. Man, if we had the gyrocopters and these, we just need to find the time to allied recruit. Maybe a nice tank. Nice tank could work. Alright, so they're all on the field, naturally. Alright, the Plague Priest is on a bell, which is very shootable. He's a Plague Priest of Plague, so no lightning, but he'll have Breath, Vermintide. Mortis Engine, they could be pretty scary, but we don't really have targets that he wants. We have all these birds, and we don't need them for any of the targets that we have. But maybe we'll use them well anyway. Alright, so the idea here, right, is that we're going to move the Iron Guts forward a bit. We're going to have these birds to harass, or at the very least, make them sort of upset. Iron Guts will open up before too long. We're going to try to respond, real quickly. I was like, did they already take that much damage? No, no way. Because if our little crummy Air Force here can do anything, they're not great, right? They have some weapon strength. They are fast. And they get a lot stronger if stuff dies around them. Like, they get very good melee attack if stuff dies around them. But when does it, right? When, indeed. Oh my goodness. Wow. That dive was super careless. Alright, so while these birds might be good for something in a typical Skaven thing, we don't have targets for them. We've just thrown them all away. We might be losing this battle. I think we're losing. Because this dude, oh my goodness, is just deleting the bruiser. Okay, yeah, I think we thought this army was the other army or something, and it's not. We're gonna lose this, I think, which is a pretty bad follow-up to our glorious victory, because, yeah, this dude is not going down, and we are surrounded. We don't have... Yeah. Yeah, it's real rough, all right. But I guess they don't have anything besides those big dudes, so if we can somehow deal with the big dudes, or remember that I am a wizard. This dude has regen, and we haven't done any damage to him, right? He's just having a party. But now we've got the giant on him, at least. We're going to try to back the Iron Blasters up. They probably still have Menace Below charges. Well, you know, for all that the birds are bad, 5's too many anyway. Like, 3 could be fine. You know, we're still getting something out of them. We're gonna harmonic on the giant. Just juice up its attack power, get it to 90 power. It's the hitter here, right? It's the one that's actually doing the beatdown down. But still, getting this fight was good. You know, these heroes, even if the army's not strong, if we can get the heroes down, oh goodness. Alright, let's get on these rat ogres now. They are popping our lead belchers, but the big guy is shattered. Not my big guy, he's fine. I mean, he's getting beat down, but he's fine. But we get it done, which is very good indeed. You know, it wasn't really that close to getting lost. We just almost, you know, got our characters killed. These Iron Guts, they stand up and fight very well, right? Decent attack numbers in general, and then, you know, the anti-infantry that is so good against almost everything on Skaven. Of course, not the hero core of this particular army, but... But, you know, the Beast Pack getting it done, getting their hundreds of kills. And we got him, you know. Hopefully we got him. But now it's Skrag, the Slaughterer's turn. If we go to Underway, do we get further? No, not really.
The more servants of the ever-hungry mouth.
That camp's doing fine, and even if... Yeah. And we'll just chunk this. That'll get Skrag to the Prophet of the Maw level, right? And now all of our spells are 25% cheaper, and we all have a use of the Cauldron. As long as this army's alive.
The master of slaughter.
But, you know, Black Crag is screwed. But this guy doesn't really have an army. And now with these armies here, all we got to do is win one more Skaven fight. And that is, okay, so 1, 2 armies, 3, 4 armies here, 5 armies there. I think they only had like 10.
In charge. Shut.
It's like, they give us the auto, but we lose a bunch of guys, so we're going to do the real fight. They do have, you know, menace below charges. We will try to rise above them. We'll probably get the Hunter to level 15 after this fight, and when we get the Hunter to level 15, it's a whole different dynamic that we've got. The attrition over the end, like, they're 36 on all of these, you know, we're just going to have to find a way to make it work. Because Giselles outrange the Lead Belchers and will delete Lead Belchers, so we have to find a way to make it all work. In a super open map. Great. But apparently they're all going over here. Because they're trying to get to their reinforcements. Well, like in that case, what if I'm like, what's the most aggressive thing we could do that wouldn't lead to us losing? Because our casters can't really delete, not from there, but how vulnerable would he be if he, well, we've got this tower to hide behind, so he can be right here. These guys have stock. Wait, what? Oh my goodness, these guys heal and get... You keep them in water, and they will heal and get new units. I cannot believe I did not know this about them. That is crazy. They also are aquatic units, of course, so they get a bonus to being in the water in general. That is so good! Now I love them! At 1% heal per second and restoring units, that means if they just stay in water, they're probably not going to die. But we need to make this work, right? So if we... Like, if we dive with the big guys... Can we do this without dying? That's the question. Could we Noblar's there and then just like totally bum rush the side? Alright, let's see. Because if we can just absolutely dive on these Giselles here and keep them from shooting... Alright, so we just bum rush the middle. We need to get these Noblars away, because they're actually having a super bad time here, and I thought they would last a little longer. And this Bruiser, if we could just push him through here... Did he get locked in place? He got locked in place by the Warfire Grinders. Okay, well... Good news is, like, it's totally fine. Thunderbolt missed. Wind Blast doesn't connect too much. The thing is, though, like, without a front line at all, which I know they don't have, you know, even though we get shot by Giselle's a bit, all we gotta do is, like, get on them, which we're on now. They summon on top of the Man-Eater pistol ROR, not their best move. A champ burning head that wrecks all of them. There we go. You know, relatively clean. And I think they were in March. But, you know, that's what they get for taking, like, a 10, a 12 range army with nothing to back them up. It's like what I would do. He falls down. And our hunter gets the Stonehorn. Beautiful. Now, I'm pretty sure they don't have any armies over here. So we're not going to worry about, like, marching to get into the Black Iron Mine, but actually, maybe we should. Anyway. Just get a little bit more replenishment. He gets to level 23. We get a conduit here. And this dude now, on his Stonehorn with 175 armor, is about to be, you know, part of the problem here. Alright. This has gone super well. I don't know how much Land Mortis has left. A ton, right? 24. He's still strength rank 5 after the beatdown we just laid. But, you know, we've created a lot of space. And without using our real army, right? This is all from our dudes, which makes me feel very proud of them, right? Because I tend to play pretty pretty crummy with my backup forces. My
recipes will grant them power.
I don't think we're going to get attacked by anyone, but I don't know. You know, I think because 3 armies over this way was probably all they have, because they just sent a couple over here and took those, and then the ones here and there, and the ones here that are trying to beat our buddy over on this side, which hopefully he'll be able to hold on. You know, we're all working hard, and of course Belegar is also fighting Wood Elves, which is very practical. If they come over here and take Karakirn, that would be smart. And it would make me very sad. All right, Vertbad is the seat. Probably be good to give that away to somebody. You know, we don't want to nerf our friend's power. Ah, man, look at the time. Alas. Time sure flies when you're achieving your objectives. Cetra's got 1 piece of land, and he's like, I would like to walk across your land. Get your own, Cetra. Get your own.
Obey me.
And I think what we want to do here is just move for 8 peaks. Yeah, we can just move in this way. We'll stay in our ambush defense chance thing, and you know, because for all that Thorgrim has no land left, he is still fighting. You know, he still fights on. Oh, man. Well, I don't have time for this. Which is good, because I don't know if I want to do it or not. Anyway, we've sort of cast the die there, though. Like, it was very, very dumb of us to do this. We're in too deep now, and this army's not really that strong. And I feel like a moron. How do they already have 16 things there? Oh, because Karazakarat gives them that many. I'm like, it can't be that high of level. It isn't.
Stupid.
But anyway, stupid indeed. We're, the thing is we don't need to win any of this, right? None of the things that are happening here have to be successful. We can just, like, leave. Because if Skrag wants to, we can just pack up this camp, and we can go to, like, Nagareth or something. So far from Clan Moors, and we can just not worry about them or any of this ever again. So if we lose everything down there, we'll just bounce. You know, we don't have to fight rats. We can go fight Chaos. Ogres match up super well against Chaos. But anyway, that's all I've got for you right now. I've got to get on with my day. Sadly, because this is a lot of fun. but you know it isn't fun? Fulfilling your obligations, but it's still very important. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Really hope you've enjoyed. It's been a blast, you know, full of very engaging battles, you know, most ogre-y, and, you know, getting it done. Getting it done. And even if our forces in the south, like, you know, don't end up living, it was still very important, you know, because they provide the, you know, the foundation for Skrag to go and maraud, you know. Them trying to keep it a little safe is fine. And if we just go, like, far away from Clan Moors, it will take him, like, 10 turns to get to us. So, I mean, we don't have to be scared of him until he takes over the whole world, right? But anyway, Skaven, you know, they're rats. You clamp the hammer down on one side, and then they jump up right on the other. Turns out the other one was a fake rat. Anyway, I'll see you guys later.